Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about different kinds of online sourcing. In this video particular, I'm going to be talking about some of the different things involved with online sourcing at large box type stores. Your Walmarts, Targets, Walgreens, Rite Aids, stores like that in particular. So let's get started. There are many different kinds of sites to online source at for your Amazon business, but they can be broken down into a few general ideas. Large box sites like your Walmart, your Target, your Walgreens. There's discount stores like Kohl's. There are closeout stores that will purchase kind of all the dead stock from some of these stores and do a closeout deal. They can source from box stores or they could be sourcing from wholesale stores, but they're generally closeout. They're one and dones. They're going to have, maybe they purchase 2,000 items of a particular product, and once they sell out, they're done. Whereas the box stores will be replenishing those items. Discount stores will not, closeout stores will not. Wholesale usually does replenish their items as well. So if you're going after replenishable items, you would want to source from either large box stores, wholesale, or direct from the manufacturer. Direct from the manufacturer is probably the least used form of sourcing because a lot of manufacturers like to sell to a distributor or a wholesaler who then sells to other people. So I will be making videos kind of on all of these, but today we're going to focus in on large box stores, and I call them box sites because it's all online. So this video is with an emphasis of sourcing online at large box stores and some of the things that I use to run and help me do my business. I was going to try and do everything together, but it was just going to be such a long video. We're going to chop it up a little bit. Before we get too into this, I want to go ahead and remind you to like and subscribe if these videos help you out at all. It helps my channel out. So thank you for those that are subscribed, and do leave me likes. I appreciate it. Large box stores are always really colorful and have a lot of deals and things going on, and they change seasonally, weekly. And we're going to talk about a lot of things here. So in this example, I have just Target up here, and we've got categories, deals, what's new, pickup and delivery. We've usually got some scrolling advertisements that are sometimes good to pay attention to. Sometimes if you order a minimum, you'll get free shipping, or they'll tell you about the hot deals on these bars that scroll across at the top of a site. But there are many ways you can kind of look at these sites. First up, if you aren't already, I would get on the mailing list for all of these, because when you do get those catalogs in, you can use image scans and kind of take your time with those catalogs to source for even more things. Sometimes I find things in the physical catalogs that I don't find on the website, and vice versa. So I do like to get those physical catalogs still in the mail. And my favorite time is right around Black Friday, because you'll get special inserts in those newspapers that may be online, maybe not online, maybe they're local to your area, that you can go ahead and use the image scanning on your phone app to find some good deals. On the websites, I'm going to be looking for any sort of deals, any sort of stacking coupons. Sometimes you can stack the store coupons with the manufacturer coupons with some sort of deal and have the multi-stacking effect going, and those are really good. Not, they're harder to do, and it takes a little bit of skill to get all of those stacked up, but it can be done. Clearance, you can also look at the website for their clearance. There are some wholesalers and box stores, that's pretty much, I go straight to the clearance section and I sort it by lowest price to highest price and start comparing right away from just the clearance items, and I've found many things there. The other way you can do is kind of go to Amazon and see what's popular, especially if it's let's just say Monopoly. We have Q4 coming up. For those of us that are going to be doing toys, there's a lot of new monopolies coming out. And say we wanted to see what the most popular monopoly was on Amazon right now, or maybe a bundle of different monopolies on their card games, like Uno's one where you'll see Uno grouped with several other games. Anyhow, you can get an idea of what listing you want to jump on, and then go to the store and see if they have those items and if they're on sale and what the prices are. And then this is kind of what we're going to be going over today. The last part I have in here is to learn all of the store policies and the sale rotation. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but kind of know if your store is reseller friendly or if it's not. You want to know all of those things before you start sourcing so that you don't wind up with the canceled account and canceled orders. So the first one that I went to is if we go back up here, I went to deals. Let's see here. I went to Target, deals, and beauty and personal care. Just to bring up an example of what I would do, I would go to those deals and I would take a look at what's going on. So we've got some Revlon tweezers going on here, and they are 50% off with Revlon eye items. So I did not double check to see if tweezers were considered an eye item or if it was more like eyeliner was considered an eye item with Revlon, or eyeshadow, if it had to have the word eye in it maybe. But that is things that you're going to need to figure out before you make any sort of purchase. And I've had problems with websites. You have to activate the coupon. I know on Target you have to activate the coupon. Sometimes I have to refresh the screen to make sure my coupons get synced. I have this problem all the time with Dollar Tree when I do wholesale type orders, order a whole case of things. I do have my tax exempt in Dollar Tree, and a lot of times I have to refresh it several times at checkout so that the tax exempt goes through because it just doesn't want to work. I don't know why. But same thing happens with other stores. You want to make sure those coupons get activated and are stacking up the way you think they're going to stack up. So I went ahead and went over to Amazon and typed in Revlon Expert Tweezer Slant Tip, found that they had several listings, some for a pack of 4, a pack of 3, a pack of 2, a pack of 6, different type of bundles already on Amazon for this item. So now you got to do some math in your head. Obviously, $6 times 4 times 4 is going to be way too much at a $16 price on Amazon to make any money. But if this was half the price, at $3, you're still not going to be making any money here. But that is what I would start to go look for. Now, when I am sourcing and I'm looking at all these prices, before I even get to plugging it into Inventory Lab to see if it's going to be profitable, my baseline is my price needs to be about a third of what it's going on Amazon. So in this example for $16, $4 would be kind of a quarter of that. So I'd be looking for a $4 to $5 price. So for these tweezers, I'd be looking for them to be at about $1.25. So in your head, do the math on the easy side, and once it's kind of like, okay, that could maybe work, then you can go in and plug it in. Because if you spend all your day trying to plug in every little number, you're going to be just, you got to do some of the math in your head, at least the easy stuff. This one's pretty easy. We already know that if we're paying $6 a piece and 4 times 6 is 6, 12, 18, $24, going for 16 on Amazon, we will lose money on this item. So that's the math going on in my head. I hope that helps you out. We also have, Amazon has said at the end of this month, by September 30th, today is September 3rd, that counts need to be on everything on Amazon. So see how it has this $4.23 per count. That means that they're doing the math for the customers, and that's going to be required on all listings going forward after the 30th. So that kind of helps you out a little bit sourcing too. If we know that they're going already for $4, I'm not going to pay $6 and make any money, right? I'd be needing to have this way cheaper. Now, let's say we do get it 50% off. That'd be what, $3 and say 30 cents. it's still probably not enough margins to make this worthwhile. But here's the thing to keep in mind when you are sourcing at all these stores. Sometimes if you make certain purchases, you get discounts in different areas. So let's say that if I added this tweezer on for we'll say $3.30 because we've already got some Revlon eye items in our cart, then I might be able to hit a $20 off coupon or a card for the store. Target's very big on that. They give you, let's see here, they run $5 off beauty products if you spend $20 or more quite frequently. So if this bumped me up to that, if I could spend $3 to get a $5 off card, then I could then get this tweezers and maybe I'd want to resell it. Maybe I'd want to have it for myself. But don't discount a sale just because it doesn't make sense right off the top of your head. Put together your cart, and a lot of times I like to add things to my cart and keep note on them. Like, this is kind of a maybe if I have other things that make it work, and I can delete it at the end of my shopping trip if it's not going to work at all. Here's the other example. I went to Amazon and I just searched Revlon Color Stay Eyeliner. Revlon Color Stay Eyeliner is one that I have seen at many stores. I have seen it gone on sale. I've seen it clearanced. I've seen it probably at, probably Rite Aid, not QVC, CVS. Goodness, I get all the acronyms wrong in my head sometimes. Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, Target, Walmart, pretty much all the big box stores. I have seen this Revlon Color Stay Eyeliner go in and out. And you want to pay attention to what colors are going to be selling and kind of what's hot. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's hot and what's not, but TikTok has come to the table, man, with revolutionizing certain colors. There was one that I saw go across on a Bolo group that was some sort of lip gloss that mimicked a very fashionable Clinique one that is very hot right now. Anyhow, all the stores are now sold out of it. So you need to follow those types of trends, because if everybody all of a sudden, because of whatever popular TV show or popular TikTok is buying it up, you want to be in on that, because you will see the prices go up and demand, etc., and you want to make sure you go and hit up your stores. The also good thing about this is if you see this product at this Target, you can make multiple orders or multiple go pick up at the store, or source it at other box stores too. A lot of times I have sourced at Target and then I've gone, oh, it's like 50 cents cheaper over at Walgreens. I'll get those too. All right, in this example, we've got a 2-pack. I love that for most items that you're going to find at these box stores. They're just a little less competition and a little bit better margins. They are going for $5.59 today over on Target. But we do get, if you pay attention to these little blurps, I just blew this up from over here. This little 50% off eye tools with 2 Revlon eye items. So if I had just looked at this and said $5.59, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to pay $11 and have a $16 sale price. That's just not enough meat on the bones. But if I got this for 50% off, I'm now paying $5.59 for 2, and at a $15.86 sale price. Oh, I bet you the margins are there now to make this worthwhile. So when you are getting these, you got to remember, you got to get them in packs of 2, and with makeup, you've got to follow all of the rules with that. You're going to have to polybag these and put do not separate stickers and the expiration date. But this isn't a packing video. Just make sure you're getting 2. Now, Target is notorious for only selling you like 1 to 3 at a time. So you may have to order 3 at one Target, go pick up at another Target 3 and another Target 3 to make the whole deal worthwhile, along with some other things, so that you're not spending $5 in gas money to get $5 in profit. So in this one, the point is that I went to Amazon, found something that was selling well, went over to Target, found that it is it's there, and it's got a coupon going on right now. Revlon also is big on coupons in the newspaper, and you can go over to, I know eBay would probably be my go-to. I'm sure there's other websites that sell coupons as well, but people that do massive couponing, they will sell you just like Revlon coupons, and you can buy those coupons, and if you are stacking them up, that could be a way to make money too. Or if you're a couponer yourself, you could sell coupons to Amazon people that are going to want to buy 15 of this Revlon coupon at a time. That's a way to make some money as well. I know a lot of people that just coupon to save money on food. I've done that before. When my kids are small, I did a lot of couponing just to save on food and supplies here. But had I been smarter, I would have gone and taken the ones that I wasn't going to use, because I was like, I don't need 15 Revlon eyeliners. I don't wear that much makeup. And I just tossed those because I wasn't going to use them. I should have sold them on eBay, made some money. Here is another example where I just went over to Amazon and I typed in Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are really big. We've got back to school. We've got kids going off to college. Pop-Tarts are a staple in a lot of people's lunch for going back to school, so I'm sure sales are up from these. We talk about back to school and everybody wants to think about backpacks, but there's a lot of other stuff that I would consider back to school type items. So we've got these Pop-Tarts. This was on the first page of my Amazon search, maybe about 3 rows down, so very close to the top. And we've got a fruit assortment. We've got strawberry, blueberry, cherry, and raspberry. I like the listing. The title is laid out very well. I can easily tell that you're going to get 4 8-count boxes, one of each flavor, for $20. Now, I went over to Target, and they've got it at $2.19. So quick math in your head, you're going to pay about $9 for the whole bundle. And we don't have any prime things going on, probably because of the size of it, or it could be meltables. I don't know if Pop-Tarts are meltables. I'd have to look that one up, but that might be why there's no prime, so keep that in mind. But let's say that it's going $20 merchant fulfilled. If I were going to FBA this item, I'd probably tack on a few dollars, maybe do $23, $24.99. And at $8 buy cost plus the price of putting this in a box, yes, you're going to want to I would put Pop-Tarts in a box. I guess you could polybag them, but you'd probably get some people complaining about breakage, because Amazon's going to put that in a poly mailer to ship, and then the post department is going to run it over with their truck, and you're going to get pop crumbles instead of Pop-Tarts. But I digress. So $8, we'll say $9 buy cost, plus throw in $1 for packaging and stuff. You're at a $10 buy cost, and I would put about a $23 to $25 sale price on there and see what the margins are. So this one I would probably go and map it out to see if it was going to make money or not. Because remember, as the weight and size goes up, your fees on Amazon are going to go up too. So heavier things are going to cost you more on Amazon. So a couple things I wanted to note about this. If you look down here on the Target thing, you can use Shipt to have your groceries delivered. I have done that several times. It's pretty good. It's a great way to get your items delivered if you don't want to go to the store, or for some reason you can't go to the store, or if you're kind of on the verge of that growth area where you kind of need an employee, but an employee would be a lot of commitment. You're not quite ready. Start using things like Instagram and Shipt to help with your shopping needs, or where you go and they just put it into your car. Somebody is still going into the store and getting the things off the shelf for you. That is a great way to kind of step up your business and not commit fully to another employee. Sometimes you're not going to be able to find all of the flavors at whatever store you're at. So I didn't look all these other flavors up at Target right when I was pulling images for this video. But for, let's take a scenario where at Target we can get maybe raspberry and strawberry. Well, Pop-Tarts are really popular, right? I mean, you can get Pop-Tarts at just about any major grocery store. You can go to a different grocery store, maybe a Safeway, a Fred Meyer's, or a grocery outlet or something, and find the cherry and or blueberry, and then put it together for this bundle. And I actually like that better because your competition is going to be kind of lazy. So if you're like me and starting off and, you hate those listings that people just get on and just tank the price, and, next thing you know, you got 50 people on them. Look out for listings that are like this, that require a little bit more work, a little bit more groundwork, and they may pay off in the end with less competition and some better margins. So do like that about these types of things. When I do, I'll just take a note about expiration dates. Say I am doing this and I've gotten it from 2 different stores. Of course, keep all your receipts and etc. And let's say they have all 4 have a different expiration date. You're going to put the expiration date that's the soonest coming up on these. So when you are at the stores, you want to make sure you're checking those expiration dates. Especially, like, I don't shop the clearance items for expired items, because usually they are expired or they're really close to expired, and that's why they're over in clearance. But if I'm just looking at the grocery stores, I've even found clearance or expired items on the regular shelf. So always check your expiration date, and on these multiple packs, put the one that's going to be the soonest on there. So that way when your customer gets it, they're not going to be upset. Let's talk about some other different sites that could help you out that are pretty popular. There's tactical arbitrage. I do not use tactical arbitrage yet. I've thought about it. I just have found so many things outside of tactical arbitrage, and I have been on OA lists that use tactical arbitrage, and I find that it was really flooded during COVID with a lot of people selling online and using tactical arbitrage and using VAs that use tactical arbitrage. And so if you are going to use that, try to find those one-offs that are not going to be on the bulk of that TA find. Meaning, find something linked to it, such as if tactical arbitrage found the single of these Pop-Tarts was selling well, try to get on a listing that's a multiple pack or something that makes it a little bit more unique, because everybody is going to be on this all of a sudden. All right, I don't want to say too much more about tactical arbitrage. They do have a free trial if you want to check them out, and there's like a billion videos out on YouTube that you can look and watch. I have heard from many people that there's a big learning curve on getting all your settings right, getting everything kind of the way you need it to be, because it just goes through a sheer large amount of data. So take that all with a grain of salt. It's not too much. We've got $50 up to $95 a month. So if you are going to go into something like that, you do want to be able to make it work for you, so that you're not just paying for a software that you don't understand. Dedicate some time. If I were going to go into this and start doing tactical arbitrage, I would dedicate, probably 10 or 20 hours of just education before pulling the trigger, and then probably another 10, 20 hours of education and educating myself to learn the program. Brickseek. Let's talk about Brickseek for a minute. Brickseek is another program. I have bought the more expensive whatever the highest membership you can get on Brickseek, way over a year ago. And I've used the free version, I've used the paid version, and it is only as good as the store's inventory management teams in your area. And that's where we had problems. I would find great deals, and I'd show up at the stores and almost nothing would be available because they'd all be sold out and their inventory was just not off. So it was such a colossal waste of time that I wound up canceling my membership. But it is still something that might be good in your area. It might be better in my area too. Things change, inventory changes, people that run the inventory change, so it could still be good for you, and that's why I brought it up. The other thing to note, I did notice when I was doing a bunch of Brickseek, is that people were doing the deals where you could add it for pickup, especially at Lowe's and Target. And when I went to the stores and I saw them doing that, I saw a lady grabbing orders for pickup. They grab anything and everything. They don't care if it's broken. They don't care if it's missing pieces. So if you are going to do any of those deals where you go and you pick it up, you'll want to look it over with a fine-tooth comb, or just get used to doing returns for things that are broken and damaged. For this video, I went ahead and just did my area, and I did for in-store, and I just did Target because we were talking about Target so much. And there were 2 hits here that seemed really good. We've got a Lori doll with luggage self travel kit. We've got a Nerf doll. Brickseek can be good too. Like if you were going to be looking for a laptop, maybe you could find some good deals on electronics or something. So yeah, it was also good for personal use, like this baby sleep towel. If you had a baby that you needed a gift for, I did find some personal deals on Brickseek. Okay, so for this video, I went ahead and looked up both the Lori doll and the Nerf to see on Amazon what was going on. So this is the Amazon's website. We've got the Lori doll, which it looked like a pretty good match. I looked at all the luggage and the little hats and stuff, and it's going for $13.99. We've got 100,000 in rank in toys, 109, which is okay. For pricing, we've got FBA is going for $13.99. We've got some FBM for $11.45. If you plug in the $13.99, the profit is $3.18 or 66% ROI. Not too bad, right? I'd do that. Especially going into Q4, unless if there's compliance paperwork, it's all good to go. Which I wish we could see the compliance paperwork before you make a purchase, but you can't. You could list this and see if the compliance paperwork pops up, and if it doesn't after a couple of days, then go make the purchase, but you're probably out the sale by then. I guess you could buy it and then return it if after listing for a couple of days, but that's a lot of work. This compliance paperwork is such a pain in the butt. All right, back to this listing. So I went to my Target's website to see if it was there, and it was not showing up in my area, which means that this is either out of the online website part and just in the clearance, or my store doesn't have this item available. It's already gone and sold out. So I don't know. The only way to find out is if I went down to Target and hunted around at the end caps. That's where Target keeps their clearances, at the end caps, and see if I could find this doll for sale there. The other one, Nerf Rival Roundhouse XX 1500 Red. This looks like such a cool Nerf gun. I kind of want that for my office. I probably shouldn't shoot my employees though. But some days, no. 4,409 in toys. That's a really good rank. And if you're ungated in Nerf, that's a good one to look out for. Going for $17.97. I can't remember how much did it say up here. $7.49. Only 11% off, so that's not really that big of a deal. 11%. I really like to look for 40+% off. And if I plug in, we've got Amazon is on the listing. We've got a couple people that have very good and like new. And we've got 2 other news. So we've got 4 people that are undercutting Amazon to get the sale, the buy box. And if we bought it at that price, we'd be losing $4 on each gun, which is not good. Amazon's really easy. You buy low, you sell high. You don't buy high and sell low. So if we haven't figured that out, that'd be lesson number 1. But all in all, not so good. What I did not look up, and possibly would be something to look up, is how did it do good during Q4? If during Q4 Amazon ran out, I could see this going up to maybe $25 price mark, and that might then be good. Now, I wouldn't buy it with that intention, but do keep in mind that with Q4 coming up, supply and demand is going to be crazy pants, and you'll want to hang out for that. So say you did make this purchase and all of a sudden you see Amazon is on it. Instead of clearancing out and losing $4 a gun, I would hold on to it and then bump the price up in Q4. Now these 2 guys, the very good and the like new, probably bought this and didn't realize that they were gated in Nerf, and that's why they had to sell them there. or they actually have used Nerf guns that they're trying to sell on here. My kids, if they had sold their Nerf guns, man, we could have made a killing. We had every gun in under the sun. We used to have giant Nerf wars. It was so fun. For the doll, I went ahead and I did look over in Q4 time period. I went to the Keepograph. I hit the year mark so I could kind of see what the matrix were. And I wanted to see lots of squiggles. I like lots of squiggles. For the price point, during Q4 time, it goes up to about $30 a doll, which is really good. It was going for $13.99 now, and during Q4 it was going for a little bit higher. That could have been because it was a newer doll on the market, and now, it's flooded. It's last season's doll or the season before that doll. I don't know enough about Lori dolls to tell you one way or another, but you want to look at the graph and make sure that at that $13 you're going to be making money. If it goes up, great. And you want to make sure that they're moving there's a lot of squiggles, there's a lot of price drops, that this product is moving. Moving on, I wanted to show you some things that can help you out. Crazy Coupon Lady. My gosh, I've been following her for eons. She has an amazing website. There's also a phone app that you can do, and she's got all the stores, all the coupons, all the tips, all the deals. I follow her on Facebook as well, just to kind of see what is going on. So if you go to hers website and you tick the Target, you can get the weekly deals, Tide deals, toilet paper deals. We got all sorts of deals going on. She also is really good about going through, you can go and look at this yourself here, but the coupons, and also what was I going to say? How the markdowns happen. So at Target, she goes through what the clearances mean, when it goes on clearance, the time periods for clearance for the different seasons. So if you see something at Target that, we'll just say it's a Halloween sale, and you want to know when Halloween goes on clearance, she has that in here. I didn't click on it and bring it up, but you can go find it on her website. She's just got an amazing amount. If you are wanting to do any sort of couponing or whatnot, you've got to go check her out. Let's talk about stores and if they like resellers or not. Some stores do not like resellers. They do not like couponers. They do not want you to clear the shelf. They do not want you to buy multiple of an item. Now, it's their store. They can say that whether they like it or not. Does it make sense to the rest of us? No, not really, because if somebody wanted to buy all my inventory, I'd be thrilled. But they're not. Target is one that is not. And in order to find out whether the store is or not, I go to Google. I love Google. And I type in Target Policies Reseller. You can do this with any store. You can do Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walgreens, Rite Aid, etc. to find out what their view is towards resellers. And I'll probably do another video just on this topic because it seems to be pretty hot. And we're going into Q4, so shopping is going to be intense this year. Under my Google search, we found that Target reserves the right to prohibit purchases of any merchandise to resellers. They are defined as a company or individual that purchases goods with the intention of selling them rather than using them. Now, this goes for both in-store and online. Usually, Target's pretty good. They will cap you on how much they think you should buy, and that has been anywhere from, I'd say 1 item to 12. On some things, it's 1 to 4. So, you can only buy maybe 4 at a time, which means you'd be putting in multiple orders. A lot of people will space those orders out over time, not 5 minutes, because if you do your maximum and you do it every 5 minutes, that's going to flag the system. A lot of these systems are ran by bots, and they are going to flag anything that's their thresholds. And like Amazon, we don't know what their thresholds are. Let me see here. I think I have another slide on this. Oops. No, I don't. For Kohl's, how do I put this? Target will flag you on certain things. And for Target, my threshold is usually 10 to 20 of an item. So let's say I'm getting those Pop Tarts. I probably am not going to get more than 10 of them at a time. For Kohl's, if I'm buying shoes, and we're talking about the big box store Kohl's, for shoes, I'm probably not going to buy more than 3 to 5 shoes at a time. I did try to buy 10 at a time, and they flagged me and shut me down because they thought it was for reselling purposes. Target will 86 you from a store or not allow you to make purchases. And if your account does get flagged as a reseller, then you have to create a new account. And I hope your mother or dad wants to be in charge of that account, because I don't know if you can use your same name and address. You might get flagged again. That's up for debate. I've heard some people say, oh, they just open another one under a different email, and let's say their name is Ed, they'll go by Eddie in the next one, and they've been able to get away with it. But you got to know which ones are reseller friendly and which ones aren't, and then fly under the radar for the ones that are not if you're going to shop there. Wanted to put an example of a hijacked listing because I came across it while doing this slideshow, and you'll find them from time to time. I'm calling it a hijack listing. I don't know what's going on here. We've got that Revlon Expert Tweezer pack of 3, but we got some sort of skin cream going on up here, so not sure what's going on. And what happens is somebody will want this listing because it's ranked really well, and it's for the Revlon tweezers. They get on it, and then they make a case asking Amazon to change the pictures and whatnot, and then you wind up with something funky like this. And next thing you know, they're selling their skincare, and it looks like nothing name brand. It looks like some sort of private label thing from overseas. It's in grams, not what are we in, pounds and stuff, pounds and ounces. So anyhow, thought I would share that. You come across this every once in a while. Stay away from anything that looks funky like this. Say that 3-pack of tweezers made sense price-wise to this. If it looks like this, no, don't waste your time trying to fix this. It's a pain in the butt. If you're already on this listing, though, go ahead and open a case and try to get this fixed, because somebody has tried to take over and mess with it. I have also seen I don't know, bad's not quite the right word, but Amazon sellers that are just not right, and they're kind of mean, and if they want you off the listing, they can do funky things like that. So say I was the owner of this 3-pack of tweezers, and 3 people were on there, and I was out of tweezers, and I just kind of wanted to be a little mean about it. I could go mess up the listing so that now the customers are all confused and complaining, and everything's a mess, and really put a wrench in the other seller's day by doing something like that. So I thought I'd bring that up so that you guys knew kind of the background on why these funky listings show up every once in a while. Cashback sites. Love me some cashback. Rakuten is my probably favorite because it's so easy to use. I just hit that activate 1% cashback, and they give me a check every quarter, and it's linked right to, I think it's either my bank account or to my PayPal account. So I don't really have to do anything other than click this button when it pops up. But some other popular ones are Top Cashback. I've used that one before. Honey, I'm new to Honey, but that one's really good, especially if you're buying large, like my husband uses it a lot to buy big PCs and earn money that way. Be Frugal is another one. There's a lot of cashback sites, but like that coupon stacking and deal stacking, you want to stack your purchases as well. So cashback sites is one way. And some other ways are store points. So on Target, you get, Circle points or something now? Target Red Circle, I don't know. They just changed their thing, and I think it's called Circle Points now. I can't remember. I make all of my purchases with credit cards that either get me miles or points. And then personally, I use those miles to do all of my flying back to forth to Vegas and stuff. My ASD trip was completely free, minus the $11 government charge for, I don't know, whatever the government needs to park planes. And I'm going somewhere in October. That will be completely covered. When my mom visited this summer, I booked a hotel room with her completely with points, and that just helps the family out. It's a little perk for me. Some people use the Cashback, and that's an easy way to get, I think the top one is 2% cash back. So if you can get 1% with Rakuten and 2% with your credit card, that's 3% cash back you can get just by making the purchases you were already going to make. Now, some of the other ones on my phone, I use Pogo, Fetch Rewards, and Receipt Pal. I also have box tops that I scan for the local school, so I can give them, a few cents back to the school to give, since I'm scanning my receipts anyways. Pogo integrates directly with your emails and stuff, so all my online purchases get automatically done with Pogo. Fetch Rewards, same thing. I think it's Receipt Pal integrates. Okay, my point is that some of these link right up to your e-receipts as well as your store receipts. So if you're already shopping, stack them away. And it doesn't matter. You can scan at all three of these places, plus the points here, plus the points there. You get all the points everywhere. And I'm sure there's some I'm missing here. So if you have any that you'd like to add that you love to use, go put them down below in the comments. I would love to hear about them because I'm always looking to expand. Whoops. Jiminy. There we go. My mouse scroller is a little touchy today. For stores that hate resellers, this is the slide I thought I had up next to my Target slide. The things that I do that we kind of already mentioned here: order in small quantities, 5 to 20. If I'm ordering tennis shoes from Kohl's, it's going to be towards the 5 amount, maybe 3 to 5. If I'm getting Pop-Tarts at Target, it's going to be more 10 to 20, whatever their max is that they allow me. You can have multiple accounts. I know some people that do that. They have different accounts. Their dog has a Target account, their cat has a Target account, their husband has a Target account, and they do multiple different accounts. And I have also found that ordering to go pick up kind of is kind of the sweet spot between ordering online and doing at the store. I have been questioned at the store when I have kind of all the clearance area on the belt, and the lady just warned me. She said if my manager was on duty, I'd probably not be able to ring you up because you cleared the shelf and we're not allowed to clear the shelf. If you do the order to pick up, they kind of bring it out to your car and they don't question. They dump it in your car and they walk away really quick. They don't care. They really aren't. They're not paid enough to care, really. So that has been a really good one for me to order multiples and not have that questioning going on. Different ways I find BOLOs. I am always on the lookout for a good deal. I love the crazy coupon lady. She goes across on my Facebook, usually alerting me to when clearances happen, especially seasonal. I love picking up like Halloween candy after Halloween and Christmas stuff after Christmas, etc. We've got the store ads. I both get them in my email and at the house. Facebook groups. There are some great Facebook groups out there. Some of the Facebook groups I'm in are just for Amazon, and they will share BOLOs and things to look out for. Other ones are more specialty, like I have one that tells me all the hot new flavors coming out. So if there's a new potato chip or candy, they've got those flavors coming out. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but Walgreens had the turkey dinner candy corn that came out, and that stuff flew off the shelf. But the way I got notice about that is from those specialty candy groups. And I came across and I went, oh, nasty. Who wants turkey dinner candy corn? And it was like the best-selling stuff in the world. So you can join all sorts of those groups so that your Facebook feed is telling you about different BOLOs. Other things that I look out for and sometimes have a specialty group about is what's hot and what's not. There are a lot of lists out there that come across, and I love looking at them. Hot new items for 2021. Best Christmas gifts to get mom for Christmas this year. Great, the new hottest trending toys for this year. And that will give you an idea of sourcing things too. I love on those ones to look for the new toys and then look for the accessories to go with the new toys. Those are usually my favorite to go to. I love selling the baby doll accessories and the Nerf gun accessories, anything like that. For what's hot and what's not, also think of movies coming out. When, what was it, the Dragons movie, Disney's Dragon movie came out, some of those things were really hot. We've got Venom 2 coming out. Boy, I think next month Venom 2 comes out. So keep in mind all of the trending things going on. Last year, what was it, Witcher, and of course Baby Yoda was extremely hot. So just some ideas on how to get, what to look out for. So when I see in that Target ad that comes out, if I see, like last year when Target stuff came out, I saw that Baby Yoda come out, then that's what I'm going to be scanning first and looking up first. All right, guys, that is all I've got for this. Just some tips on when you're at home with the computer. I typically have 2 screens open so that I can look, one on Amazon and one at the store site. But if you don't have 2 screens, just have 2 tabs and, go back and forth between them. But just a lot of looking. And then once I find some good things, I'm going to look them up on Inventory Lab to see if the margins are all good. And then I'm going to stack those coupons and discounts and deals up, make my purchases, get familiar with the returns on them, because I do have things that do arrive damaged, and get them shipped out to Amazon to make some money. I hope this video has helped you out and that you're having a day. Take care, everyone.